Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SimplePsych. There's a moment very few people dare to talk about. The moment you stand in front of a place that was once called home and realize that your body won't let you step inside anymore. Not because you don't love your family, not because you're angry, but because something inside you has endured for far too long. We're taught that family is sacred, that blood ties can't be broken. So when an adult chooses to distance themselves from their family, society doesn't see it as a difficult decision. It sees it as a moral failure. Yet more and more people are quietly making this choice, not to punish anyone, but to save themselves. And in today's video, we're going to look directly at the psychology behind what's considered one of the most taboo decisions of all, cutting off contact with family. Most people assume that cutting off family happens after one huge fight, but in reality, it rarely begins with shouting. It starts with very small things. A comment that makes you feel dismissed, advice that makes you feel like you're never good enough, a familiar sense that your emotions are always minimized. Each individual moment can be brushed aside, but when they repeat over years, they create a prolonged state of tension. You learn to adapt, to stay quiet, to shrink yourself to keep the peace. And then one day, it's not because something is suddenly too big, but because you no longer have the capacity to endure it. The final incident is just the last straw. The relationship had been fractured long before that. No one was just willing to see it. In a healthy family, children are allowed to grow and gradually separate. They're given space to think differently, feel differently, and make their own choices. But not every family allows that. In many families, closeness is mistaken for control. Parents pay attention to every emotion and every decision, not to listen, but to guide, correct, and intervene. The boundary between you are your own person and you are an extension of your parents slowly fades. Your life no longer fully belongs to you. When you try to step outside that mold, choosing a different path, holding your own views, or simply keeping parts of your life private, it's often labeled as cold, ungrateful, or a sign that you've changed for the worse. The emotional atmosphere at home becomes heavy simply because you want to be yourself. Over time, many people reach a painful conclusion. Staying in this relationship means losing themselves. And that realization is often the first quiet step toward creating distance. If you've ever felt like you weren't allowed to be yourself in your family, leave a comment below. You're not alone. Before someone decides to cut off contact, they've almost always tried many times to save the relationship. Gentle conversations, messages rewritten again and again, apologies offered even when they weren't sure they were at fault. For a brief moment, things may seem better, but then the old behaviors return, as if those conversations never happened. This cycle repeats long enough for the adult child to realize the issue isn't how they communicate, it's that no one is truly listening. At that point, distance begins to look more like self-protection than abandonment. One reason leaving family is so difficult is that this bond isn't just emotional, it's tied to survival. When the same person provides comfort and also causes fear, the nervous system learns to attach to both. Many children grow up by creating a safe version of themselves, more compliant, more pleasant, always putting others' needs first. But in adulthood, those roles begin to collapse. You grow tired of constantly keeping the peace. You start asking who you are when you're no longer trying to please anyone, and that question is often the beginning of separation. For many people, setting boundaries simply means being clear about what makes them uncomfortable. But in families that lack emotional safety, boundaries aren't heard as a request. They're felt as a personal attack. When you say, "This hurts me," what parents often take in isn't your emotion, but a threat to the image they hold of themselves. Instead of pausing to listen, they respond by denying it, explaining it away, or shifting the responsibility back onto you. Over time, you begin to realize something deeply exhausting. There is no way to phrase it gently enough to avoid being misunderstood. Every attempt at communication turns into an argument or a wave of guilt. And when words no longer create safety, withdrawal slowly begins to appear as the only way to protect your nervous system. Many people stay in toxic family relationships far longer than they want to because of three invisible forces: fear, obligation, and guilt. Fear of emotional punishment, fear of being labeled a bad child, fear of being isolated or spoken badly about. Obligation convinces you that you owe your parents loyalty, no matter the cost. And guilt goes even deeper. It makes you doubt your own perceptions. You start believing that leaving is selfish, ungrateful. But in reality, these feelings aren't signs of healthy love. They're internalized control mechanisms. Recognizing that is often the first moment the door to freedom begins to open. When someone decides to cut off contact with their family, from the outside, it can look like freedom. But on the inside, the first thing that usually shows up is a grief that's hard to name. There's no funeral, no condolences, just an empty space where a relationship used to exist. You grieve not only the family you had, but also the family you hoped for and never truly got. This is a form of ambiguous loss, where the people are still alive, but the connection is gone. What surprises many people is how clearly the body responds. When a source of long-term stress disappears, the nervous system begins to loosen its grip. Breathing becomes deeper, muscles soften, sleep becomes more continuous. Unexplained aches and pains start to fade. These are signs that you're not too sensitive. You've simply been enduring for too long, and now your body is finally being allowed to rest. In the end, cutting off contact with family isn't an act of punishment, it's a survival choice when a relationship refuses to change. You didn't leave because you lacked love. You left because you could no longer keep sacrificing yourself to maintain a story that no longer fit. If this video helped you feel understood, consider subscribing to SimplePsych to explore more in-depth psychological insights. And if you feel safe, share your story in the comments. Someone out there might need to read your words to feel a little less alone.